Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Live with Alan and Greg. We do not have any scheduled guest for tonight, but I will be opening up the open mic later on so anyone can join. And we have a special tonight where we're going to be discussing the 80s.
1980s.
Let's say hello to people we have in the chat room. We have Kat, the ginger
Okay.
bibliophile. Hi everyone, lurker mode activated as I've got to fake adult now. You don't have to fake it, or you can. Bad is here. Hello,
Oh, hey,
Bad.
Dad.
I can't stay to be a bad girl. Have fun, everyone in the chat. Hi, guys. Well, hello, Bad.
Dad. Haha.
Greg at Ghost Readers in the Sky is here. Yeah, we're ready to rumble.
Hey, Greg.
Talking the 80s, big hair 80s. I wonder if
Yeah, I
anyone
have that on
has,
my list.
has big hair.
80s hair bands.
Oh, here's bad thing. Kat, you have it, girl. Yeah. If you can't stay bad, she's got to be the one to cause the chaos tonight. I want a little bit of chaos when talking about the 80s.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna open it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the link in down below, and you can see the link in the comments. If you want to join this chaos group, if it turns out chaotic, um, we'll go from there. So hold on.
I like to start talking about differences, like the obvious ones are like phones. We still have like a gutted payphone. Anybody remember payphones?
I remember
Right, that
payphones.
corner store used to put in the 50s, put a dime in your
The
little penny
dime,
little.
drop it. That's what they call dropping a dime. Call
Yeah,
the police.
there you go. Yeah, before cell phones and Google, you had to actually call you. I would call my librarian up, and when I was a wee lad, ask her dumb questions. I remember Who's Who and all that. Those books you had to find, you could write authors, and
I
yeah,
remember who's who.
yeah, that's how that boy mail. Everything was like a mail list, and uh, I had a fun time. I was in high school in the late 70s and 80s and had fun. But, you know, our mothers had to take us everywhere. And I grew up in Toledo, Ohio, and drinking was rampant, underage drinking, and his moms would drive us to after football games and that. We'd have a party at our house. We had like a basic pub in our basement. But and other people did too, pool tables and pinball machines and that, keg parties. But it was wild back then, huh?
Yeah. So Bad says, be the chaos, everyone. What is your fun time 80s band and favorite song?
Yeah. Do you remember all that when Rock Me Amadeus came out, and
No.
that was the 80s?
I mean, it was the 80s, but I don't remember it.
You were in college then.
Yeah, I was in college, but I don't remember Rock Me Amadeus.
I'll, I'll play it. What about the Flock of Seagulls? Remember that band or the
Just
Fix?
barely. I mean,
Yeah,
the up and
Rock Me
coming
Amadeus.
was Madonna was up and coming when as a freshman in
Oh yeah.
university.
Yeah, she was married to Sean Penn. Even remember?
I think this is before she was married to Sean Penn.
Ah, yeah.
So
Okay,
do you have a favorite 80s band?
me probably the Fix. I like the Fix. Yeah, Falco was Rock Me Amadeus. Or what about that? Relax, don't do it. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I just tuned that stuff out.
Ah,
I was more of a '70s kind of guy on punk rock and that kind of stuff.
oh yeah. Now what in the heck, man? Sometimes my phone's. Oh yeah, I have it on Bluetooth. Is why.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of '80s band. I mean, the last '80s band I kind of liked was Guns N' Roses. So
Oh yeah, that's a hair metal. You
yeah,
remember this? Rock me Amadeus. After Amadeus Mozart.
sorry, Lee Kemper. Hello, Lee.
Yeah.
Alan, did you like the '80s fashion? Okay, I must go now. Those are my questions.
Oh well, I just remember like silk shirts. Like I went to the disco and that. We had a place called Renee's within walking distance of my house when I was like in junior high and high school. We'd go get watered down cocktails with fake IDs and sometimes dance, but usually just walk around and look at people was packed or get a table,
Hmm.
disco ball, but silk shirts. Like I wish I still had some, but this is about as close as I can get. Should have wore like a silk shirt.
Hmm. I didn't have any silk shirts.
You did it?
No. Say hi to Marcia Johansson.
Hey, Marcia.
Better. What about Chicago? You're my inspiration. Well, Chicago has one of my favorite songs, which is 25 or 624.
Yeah, that's a
I
rocky
think that
song.
was that '80s or was that '70s?
70s because the guitarist is Terry Kath,
Hmm.
and he was one of those people who thought the gun was not loaded or something and
Oh,
did
all
one of
right.
those. Yeah, he was a great guitarist.
He
Terry,
was. Well, if you listen to the guitar on 25 or 64, that's just like incredible.
yep, that's Terry Kath, Kath.
Oh, bad. Okay. Dang it. Bye. Okay. Bye. Bye, bad. We'll catch up
Thanks
with
for
you
the
later.
questions. Phoebe
Uh,
Snow, yeah.
Good evening, says Jane. What about? I kind of have an image of Phoebe Snow in my mind.
Yeah, I'm more of a Ricky Lee Jones. I, I have that.
I think Phoebe Snow was just an actress, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in. No, now I'm. Are you? Now I'm thinking about Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's the name of
Oh, she might
her?
have been in that one. Yeah.
Man,
Police, every breath you take.
yeah, King of Pain.
I like Synchronicity too.
Yeah, I like the Police. I like all their
November
albums.
Rain.
Even Ghost in the Machine, but
Marsha's just
Synchronicity
another
one.
'70s girl.
Yeah, we were around the '70s too. My dad turned me on to a lot of good music. Allman Brothers and Rod Stewart and Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Foreigner.
Lee like Journey. Constance likes the Police. Bad is in a public restroom texting us. We have we
God,
have we sunk
e-
far low if we're getting fans in a restroom?
eating eyeballs, eating.
Eating eyeballs.
E-
Bon Jovi. Feeling
yeah,
spicy. Def Leppard.
yeah. There you go.
Think by the red. Hold on. Phoebe Snow was great. Dang, I wore surgical gloves scrubs in the '80s. Lee, Phoebe Snow, '70s. I don't remember. It's too long ago. Poetry, man.
I know that
March
song.
Foreigner. Okay, Foreigner. Cold as Ice. That's all I can remember.
I like Foreigner on Dirty
Phoebe
White Boy.
Snow, Poetry, man. A singer, cool.
Yeah, the Grateful Dead. They're. I saw them with Tom Petty and Bob Dylan, and if I can Remember
Hannah's
what?
here. Hello, Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
I'm
Yeah, we
I'm
just
I'm gonna
started.
post the link to the show again, and in case anyone wants to join
Uh
and
huh.
reminisce about the '80s, we can do that.
What about banks? Is the age before ATMs even?
Oh yeah.
Everyone,
Now
you'd run out of money on the weekend, and because you'd
I
have.
I remember when I was sophomore university, 84, 85. I got my first ATM.
Oh, God.
And it was the same bank my parents went to, and they were just amazed, saying, "What do you mean you're going to a machine to get money? You can't do that."
Hmm. Or you had to write a check at the grocery store. You were
Check in
saying,
the grocery store was the way people got cash. You just say
or
you
have a
write it, put
tab
20 or
at
40
your
bucks over the
car.
amount, and they handed it back.
Yeah, or have a
No one would do that nowadays. No grocery store would do that.
no, no Walmart or
Mhm.
many. I remember. Okay, remember when like grocery stores had price stickers on them? You had to actually put the price.
Oh, the sticker gun, yeah.
Yeah, and now everyone's so dishonest. Okay, how about this, Greg? Remember, was it Tylenol? I remember before we had everything, like you get a jar of mayonnaise now and unscrew it, you got to take the thing off too, whatever it is, peanuts.
Yep.
But there was that time when all that happened. I think it was with a thing of Tylenol. Somebody,
Yeah, the Tylenol case, was it up in Chicago?
I can't remember that much, but I was alive when
I
it happened.
remember that being a huge scandal, and then they came up with the tamper-proof, like Lee saying down here, tamper-proof.
Yep, now we take it for granted. But there was a time when America was all trustworthy, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. But we still had psychos and murderers and Son of Sam, and
Ted Bundy may have been in the 70s.
yeah, he was a serial killer, the romantic guy,
Yeah.
good looking. He wore a fake cast to lure young women. Need some help? Oh, there's a good looking dude. Like, no problem. I'll help you. Wow.
Mhm.
Now, like, I wouldn't. I'd be afraid to help. Now, I'm so. I saw like people sleeping out in my neighborhood because I live kind of suburbs. But and I know you'd have to go pretty far to see this, but like people like just crashed on the street by Trader Joe's. Just like they're so with that blankets and stuff and like their bag, but you know, back in the day that'd be like, oh my god, you okay? You okay? Ah,
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people like that when I go to downtown Fredericksburg.
oh,
I'm on the outskirts of Fredericksburg, so I don't know,
right.
55 plus community. We don't get
No,
much out here.
no, no. That's what I meant. You have to. I'm surprised you even see them like it just on the street homeless. But
Well, it happens because there is a canal path that I like to walk on, and a lot of it is wooded. And I think the homeless crawl off into the woods and just sleep in there.
yeah, yeah,
So it's everywhere.
yeah, yeah, sure is. And then just bigger cities have more resources than that.
Yeah.
So, and that's why the homeless come up here a lot.
Well, I
I wouldn't
remember
like it myself. It's too damn cold up here for me. I almost got my heater out this morning again.
I was visiting San Diego. Oh, God, 15 years ago, and my wife and I were taking one of the tours of something in San Diego, and the tour guide mentioned that cities like Minneapolis take their homeless, put them on a Greyhound bus, and ship them off to San Diego because
Yeah,
the winters in Minneapolis are too cold. You'll die of. freezing, and they said, "Well, you
Right.
won't die of cold in San Diego."
Yeah, New York would do the same thing with Arizona, but I was in like the recovery community, and they would do that also as like a change of scenery, kind of. They call it a oh shoot, oh what do they call it? Oh, it's a relocation, temporary like relocation, but there's a term for it. I'll remember in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
More
Let's get
coffee.
let's Ghost Readers in the Sky. My favorite records from the '80s: Brothers in Arms, Dire Straits, Graceland, Paul Simon, Rum Sodomy, and The Lash by the Pogues, and the aforementioned Synchronicity. Marcia read Cider House Rules by John Irving, was first published in the '80s. Good
Yeah.
book. We're rereading that in November. There's because he's kind John Irving is publishing not exactly a sequel to Cider House Rules. I think it's more of a companion book that it's like taking place at the same time with different characters. That's what I
Queen
think. I'm not positive yet.
Queen
Queen
Esther.
Esther.
Esther. Yeah.
And
And
I'm really looking forward to rereading Cider House Rules and then picking up
me too.
because you'll see an author. I guess Cider House Rules was when he was really coming into his own as a great creative writer. And
Hmm.
now Queen Esther, I don't mean to be disparaging, but he's at the end of his career essentially, and you're going to see I think you're going to see a very different author. So be able
Oh,
to compare them very very closely.
all right. Well, yeah, it's something to look out for. I never thought like that.
Yeah,
But I love Sutter House Rules, and then even the movie, and of course, he won an Oscar for the screenplay for the movie. And but I love the book. I've read it twice, so this will be my third time. Yeah, I like John Irving a lot.
yeah. So
What
Lee
else?
says,
Oh,
I read
did
that
you?
Marcia. I heard the new book is out. It's not out yet, Lee.
No,
It's coming out in November.
right.
Um, and we're going to be reading it in December a lot because we're going to read Cider House Rules first and then read Queen Esther. Heidi says hello to Alan and Greg. Well, hello, Heidi. Ghost Readers Graceland was played on repeat in my apartment. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes is Constance. Oh, Lee says her copy of Umberto Eco has arrived. I guess I should hold up the Umberto Eco book. Where is my Echo? Oh, wow, we both left. Okay. This is On Ugliness by Umberto Eco. It's just about paintings that deal with ugliness. And we're going to buddy read it in September and October.
Mm.
That should be good. That's going to
Yeah,
be for Framed in September. I'm doing it.
yeah, I was gonna that tag the what was that? I always forget the tag
The
name.
10 ten untouched books.
Untouched. Yeah, I have three Umberto Eco books up there too that I got
You did that tag already.
right, but I didn't even mention the Echo. I was hoping I had the same one you did. So
Hmm.
I don't think Heidi's been on the show before.
Um, she has a new. Yeah, she said hi, and she's had another comment. I'm going to get to the new comment in just a minute.
Hmm.
Marcia, although White Noise by Don DeLillo was published in the '80s, I did not read it until about 12 years ago.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'd like to reread that.
I read that in the '90s, I think.
I went through a little phase. I read Mao
Constance says, which
two.
Echo on ugliness.
Yeah, I read Mao two by him. Is good.
I have not read Mao 2. I've read, hold on. I've read White Noise,
Yeah,
Libra, Underworld.
I
I
read
think that's it.
Libra too. That's about Oswald.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great writer. Is he still alive?
I think so.
Yeah,
No, no, did he die?
I don't know. Sure.
I can't remember.
Oh well,
He's probably in his 80s. Yeah, I got mine off Amazon. Like, had a sale, it was like half price, but still, it's a
Is Ryder
$35
Dondello
book. It's an art
still
book, so
alive?
it's not cheap.
Is Ryder Dondello still alive?
Constance says, I was discovering Vonnegut in the early 80s. So was I. I was assigned to read Slaughterhouse Five in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah, I found my Breakfast of Champions book. I thought I gave it away or lost it. It was behind my other Vaudigans. All these are Vaudigan up here.
Hmm.
Don DeLillo is still alive. He's 88. Cool. Yeah, we'll put him down for like 2027. Oh,
Yeah, it's funny. Like, my reading list is already spreading out into 2026, and it's getting full.
uh,
Heidi, I listened to all the new wave in the 80s, Echo and the Bunnymen and the Alarm.
they were good. Uh,
Mm.
um, like in the 80s, I was in hair metal bands, and I didn't dress like it. I had friends who did. They had really long hair, and well, I had like a earring,
Mm.
if that counts. But I liked Rat better than Motley Crue, and yeah, you mentioned Guns N' Roses. I remember when they came out.
Yeah,
It's
and then it's just like after that, it's just like all new music. Just like I let it slide on by. Couldn't recognize anything after that.
Yep, there's a lot of copycats out in L.A. and that, but uh, I I saw Judas Priest up here in Portland like 2 years ago, and I saw Iron Maiden in the '80s. They were the loudest band I've seen. Like in a little place, Toledo Sports Arena. That's why it was so loud.
Yeah,
What
March.
about like you must have read the newspaper every day. You were like that type, Greg.
I read it on Sundays.
Mm. What the Times?
The Washington Post.
Oh, Washington Post. There you go.
Back in the day when the Washington Post was a respectable newspaper. Lee, what are you referring to? White noise? If yeah, white noise. Lots of pictures on ugliness. Yep, lots of pictures. I saw the film adaptation of White Noise. Intense. I never saw the film.
I haven't either. I'd like to.
Heidi, the book I'm reading right now was published in 1986, the same year as the Metsies winning the WS. The
We're,
Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker.
yeah, I'm a big Clive Barker fan.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
hardcover edition of the Books of Blood. Yeah,
Hellbound Heart.
I like Damnation Game, his first one too.
I love that book too. It's
Disgusting.
I don't know if it was disgusting. It was a very good horror novel.
Yeah, disgusting scene. Yeah. It
Um,
relates to Gravity's Rainbow in a weird way.
anyone miss Jimmy Buffett? I guess Lee misses Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him. He was a novelist too, old Jimmy.
He wrote
He
a
wrote a couple novels.
I don't know if he wrote not. He booked Tales from Margaritaville.
Yeah, I think he, but like McMurtry, we maybe I'll look it up.
And Marcia
How
says,
many
and who
novels
didn't love
did Jimmy
MacGyver?
Buffett write?
Yeah, that was a wild
Buffett
show.
is the author of 15 books.
He wrote
Here are
50.
the first three:
He
A
wrote
Salty Piece of Land, Margaritaville, and A
he,
Pirate Looks at 50.
he wrote 15.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I said, he was into it. I'm sure one of them got good reviews,
So Heidi
but he
says,
parrot heads they call them parrot heads.
my husband watched Easy Money and Back to School recently, getting Caddyshack from the library
Yeah,
while
I
on
love that.
Dangerfield Marathon.
Wow, cool. I, I like him too. I love Caddyshack. I was a caddy growing up. There's the private country club on one side of Heather Downs and the public one, and if we caddied like two, three times in a week, we got to play free, and
Mm.
we'd sneak on free anyway. But I like newspapers too. My mother was a big reader of newspapers. She was so bad she'd save the papers when we'd go on vacation and read stacks of them. She read Danielle Steele and stuff too. But I remember her teaching me how to read with the Peach section of the Toledo Blade that had like the comics in it, and I like Prince Valiant. Remember that comic?
Only vaguely, but that was more when I was elementary school rather than high school.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the tail end of the '70s, going to the '80s, though. It's like, but newspapers. Now, the Washington Post is still they're getting a bad rep, huh?
Oh, they're getting a bad rep. When Jeff Bezos first bought it, he was very hands off. He said, "You do your paper. I'm just the owner. You do you." And then when it became clear that Trump was going to win the reelection, he flipped a switch. He basically kowtowed to Trump because Jeff Bezos has lots of contracts with the government, and he
Hmm.
says, "I got to do what Trump says for me to do, or I'm going to lose my money." And he likes his money more than the truth.
Yeah, what's his space thing called? Blue something? The one that goes up for 10 minutes and comes down?
I don't know. I just buy my Kindle books from Amazon. That's all I do.
No. You would do that though. I know you would.
What?
Go up there if it was like $5,000.
I wouldn't spend $5,000 to go up there.
You wouldn't.
No,
You'd spend one.
I might spend 1,000, maybe. I have this thing that I have a hard time spending money.
Oh well, that's never good.
And my wife complains about we're not going to live forever, and you don't want to die with a whole lot of money in the bank and have your children inherit, especially since we don't have any children. And the idea
Yeah.
is to die with no money in the bank. But I keep reminding her, if you miscalculate and you spend all your money and you're still alive, you're really up the creek.
Well, thanks for writing my next novel for me. That's a good story right there. Which way is it going to go? Or you got like one partner who's a spendthrift and like likes to gamble or something, and the other one's just you can make up a lot of cool stuff. But
Yeah,
I know, but that's a good point. You got to time it right.
you do.
Yeah, that's a
Mark.
different age too. Like my dad has. We're all trust fund babies. My kid brother and kid sister are successful in that, really successful. But yeah, that's a different age when people would save money and like for trusts for their family and inheritance, and I don't know if people do that as much anymore or what.
No. So Marcia says, I love the 80s TV, Magnum PI, Simon and Simon, TJ Hooker.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Belinda, I was loving horror books in the 80s, Stephen King, Salem's Lot, Peter Straub's Ghost Story, John Saul's Except for the Children. Great. Yeah, that was the golden age of horror, I think, is the 80s. And
Hmm.
70s and 80s was the golden age.
Yeah, the Talisman they collaborated on,
They did.
and then the other one, Black House.
I have not read Black House.
I read them both. I could use to reread them both.
So Libro Paradiso, American comics matured in the 80s with Miller's Daredevil, Moore's Swamp Thing, Love and Rockets, Cerebus, American Flag, Grendel, Mr. X, John Sable, Freelance, and the rise of I mean, I don't know comics very well, so
The Rebus. And
yeah.
yeah, I I get like most of my records. Like I am grateful for the ones I still wound up with, but and I have some old ones from the 70s and 80s. But I remember having comics in plastic, like Superman with 5 cents on it, Batman with three, and really old ones and number ones of like Howard the Duck. Now I still have crap in Phoenix and like filing cabinets and stuff. And my dad says a few boxes even, but hoping they're in there. So I can retire from this shite. No.
So
Oh
Lisa's
yeah. Um. Well, this is like apropos to nothing. Now I should have mentioned it before the show, but our friends Una and Crypto at the Codex Cantina did a like thank you 2 minute video today. I just watched it. They just broke 50,000 subscribers. Not
wow.
yeah, 50,000. Yep. So that's good on them. Then they met up in Philly.
Hmm.
It looked like now I've never been to Philadelphia, but they were in a really. It looked like they were in like Paris. I thought they were in.
Philadelphia's a very nice city. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, I heard they have a really good transit train system too.
It's I have not used their train system. I went up the past 2 years. They have a book crawl every August. We just go around
Uh,
all the used bookstores in Philadelphia. I met
ah,
up with Hannah and MJ last year. It was really good.
yes, I remember that.
So
That's when you went
Lisa's
to that the anarchies or what the book.
anarchist, yeah, the anarchist bookstore. I loved it. Even though I'm not an anarchist, I still loved it. So Lee says, "Good heavens, my husband and your wife sound alike. I just can't spend it. I got to get
Oh,
better because I don't want to die with tons of money in the bank and have
yeah,
no one to go to. You know.
you gotta leave it to somebody or to like the cat shelter or something, or the state will just take it.
Yeah.
My dad's on me to write a will too. You know, we've already talked about it. I said I will yell my books, but I don't think you'd want to even come up to go through them all. You know,
So
but yeah, let's not talk about that.
so Hannah says, "Have you found a good replacement for Washington Post? It had the best political news, better than NYT, and I'm still looking for an alternative. The Atlantic, the Bulwark on the Substack are my two choices." No,
Cool.
Hannah,
I like the
I have
Bulwark.
not gotten a substitute for the Washington Post.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Sarah Longwell, publisher of the Bulwark, and Tim Miller, and all of them.
Yep.
I get my daily dose.
So Marcia subscribed to the Atlantic this year.
Yeah, do they still publish fiction?
I don't know. Ask Marcia can reply in the comments if they still publish fiction. Um, the World of Cinema, Scarface, mid.
I
Lee
love
Rose says,
Scarface.
as a kid, I watched whatever I wanted
Huh.
on TV and theater. Favorites
Yeah.
were the early 80s were American Gigolo,
Yeah.
Time Band. I love Time Bandits.
Yeah. Me too.
Heavy Metal. That's all. I liked it. The Hunger was a great movie. I
Yeah.
love Catherine Deneuve.
Yeah. I love Susan
That sequel had
Sarandon
Natasha
too.
Kinski,
Uh huh. The
Body
Hunkers,
Heat. That was
Vampires,
Melanie
David
Griffith,
Bowie.
Conan, Flash. I don't think I ever saw the Flash.
No, me
Oh,
neither.
that was probably Flash Gordon, not the
Yeah.
superhero Flash. Conan, Stripes.
Body Heat is a great movie
That
with,
was a great movie.
yeah, that's a great screenplay too. God, who directed it? I think he wrote the
That was
screenplay.
Brian De Palma.
Yeah. Yeah. The scene where he breaks through the window.
Libro, does anyone still care about the 1977 Star Wars comics? Trip cards, standard stuff.
You get me mad. I used to collect baseball cards, and they're missing along with other things in Toledo, Ohio, in the past 5 years. But I have a little locker for them. And my most valuable card was probably like Pete Rose rookie card. Now these weren't they're in great shape, but you have to have them. Uh, what do they call it? Then they certify it or rate it. Classify it and put it between glass. You
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about at all, anyone?
No, I don't pay attention to any.
I
I
had a
never did
friend
that.
who was into that, and you can go to any card collector and they tell you how to do them to make them worth more. But I had a couple of valuable cards.
Yeah, so Hannah said, "Yeah, it was so much fun to go to the bookstores with y'all." Yeah, they're having it again this year. I wonder if we should start trying to get people together for another bookstore crawl in Philly.
It's in August.
August.
You guys would have time.
Yeah.
Plenty of
Hannah, I've
time.
been watching The Atlantic pretty good. Midnight Run.
Mm,
That
that's a
was
funny movie.
yeah.
It's a really good script.
On TV, Miami Vice and The Equalizer. Yes,
Yeah, I like
Flash
Miami Vice.
Gordon. Um,
The
Agree
Bulwark.
on
Yeah.
the Bulwark. Constance Allen is the grading, I think. Quantum Run, says
Oh,
Lee.
grading. Yes.
All right, one last time, I'm going to post the link to our live. If anyone wants to join, if you don't want to join, no pressure. Oh, Hannah says, "What about the DC Book Festival?" I don't know anything about the DC Book Festival.
Wow, I bet it's pretty big.
Depending on the day of the week, it's just a train ride up for me, so it's real easy.
I know, man. I would. You might be maybe not sick is a good word or tired of it, but I'd be going up to DC a lot if I were you. You've been up there quite a bit though, huh? You know
Yeah.
it pretty well.
Yeah. Well, Hannah, we gotta figure out if they have a DC book run. I definitely want to get some people out there.
They do Shakespeare theater up there. I'm sure they do.
They used to have the Shakespeare Theater. It was used to call the Landsberg Shakespeare Theater.
Ah,
I used to subscribe when I was a
oh,
single guy,
oh,
and then I got married, and I told my wife, "Oh, well, I'll just subscribe for two," and she said, "No, I'm not really into theater,"
oh, man.
and I sort of let it go. And then
Yeah,
I'm not sure what happened to the Landsberg Theater, but they
huh.
don't do as many productions as they used to.
Mesa, Arizona has an excellent Shakespeare theater. I used to have T-shirts. You can still get it because it's still in existence. It's right across from the Mesa bookstore on Apache Boulevard.
Hmm.
Yep, Mesa, Arizona. But I'd like to get a T-shirt from them.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm taking the writing stuff down anymore, or I forget.
Hmm. Libro, Star Wars comics are collectible. First appearance of the characters like Boba Fett in the comics are pricey.
I bet.
Oh, Lee, correct. Quantum Leap. I remember the Quantum Leap TV show now.
Yeah, it was
Now,
a good
now I'm
show.
connecting it. Not Quantum Run, Quantum Leap. I remember that show.
Yeah, they go through the wormhole.
No, this was where was it Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
Every show he would leap to a new life and take over
Mhm.
that life for a period.
Through the wormhole.
I don't know, if it was a wormhole. It was some sort of time machine, hocus pocus.
Ooh, it's coming up, Greg.
Yeah. Um, Thanks, Libro. On September 6th, the convention center. Ooh, I think I know what I'm doing September 6th.
Ooh.
The Shakespeare Theater Company is still running, which is pretty much the same schedule. The Landsberg was one of their two theaters. It has been renamed. The other Shakespeare was the Folger, which is both a theater and a big archive. Yeah, I remember seeing
Mm-hmm.
productions in the Folger Theater.
Right.
Good.
And then you had the archive. It's
Mm-hmm.
known for that.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C., man. It'd be such a cool town to live in. Exciting every day.
No, I don't know if it's exciting it becomes mundane when you live up here, just like
Like anything else, it's true. I remember moving up here, and I really remember going into Phoenix because I came in on a Greyhound bus for some reason. I don't know. Like I had a bunch of stuff that my dad and I knew too. Another family had like a trucking company, so they threw all my stuff and furniture on the back of a truck going from like Toledo to LA or something. So they took all my crap out to Phoenix. But I went out in a Greyhound. I remember like waking up and seeing the mountains being like every day. But then it does get mundane. But Phoenix has some cool mountains. So, and then we have mountains up here as well. You know, Mount Hood, when you get a glimpse of that through the bus on a clear day is cool. Kind of go like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. I forgot about that for a second.
yep.
You ever been to Mount Rainier, Greg?
I have been on Mount Rainier. I took a
Have
day
you?
trip one day.
That's one national park I have not been to yet. But
It's worth it. We only took a day trip. I kind of wish we had stopped and rented a cabin for the night, but it
mm-hmm,
was like a 2 hour drive from our home, and when it's 2 hours, it's like you really can't justify
uh-huh, right,
renting a
right.
cabin. But we should have done it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Now, if and when the plan is, my dad and Jen are coming up again next year because my dad broke his clavicle. He's on month 2 of it. It's healing up okay, but he's more active than I am. But we're gonna go up there for 2 days and like rent a room or he, he'll be they like to drive. They don't like to fly too much. I don't know
Mm.
why. She doesn't like to fly, but so they'll drive up in a van. And I said, "You guys just get a room and I'll sleep in the van. I don't care. You give me a blanket and pillow." But we'll see what happens. But I'd like to do 2 days there,
Hmm.
like national parks.
So Libro says late '80s faves: Man of the Spring, Paris, Texas, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I read that
Yeah,
book. Cinema Paradiso, Wings
Wings
of
of
Desire,
Desire. Yeah, with
Mission,
Peter Falk.
Generation Mob. Oh, The Cook, the Thief, the Wife, and his Lover. That was
Yeah,
a
I remember that.
really, really bizarre movie. I was going to watch it again, but it's not available on streaming anywhere.
No,
No, at least, I only have Amazon Prime, so I'm sort of limited. At least it wasn't the last time I checked. Maybe they put it back on.
Wings of Desire is a classic with Peter Falk and Vim Vitters directed.
Ghost Readers in the Sky. Has anyone been to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in Ash? I never made it out there. I wanted to make it a few times, but when you live out in the area, you say, I'll just do it next year. And
Yeah, I
then,
don't
then
drive.
you
Right.
then you
If I had
leave
a car
and
vehicle, I would go. I've checked to see if I could take a bus to a train, and I can get close. Plus, I'm kind of poor, but I would. That'd be a great place to visit up there, Greg. At Ghost Reader, because it's not too far away from me.
maybe.
I could. If I had any cojones, I'd ride a bike there. Take my little sleeping bag and make a camping trip on.
Lee made
I've been to Ashland before, but
Lee made it to Ashland, Oregon Shakespeare.
oh,
Marcia said, not
cool.
sure if it's still there, but I went to the Shakespeare Theater in Stratford, Connecticut when I was a teen.
Excellent. Yeah,
We went
I
to Stratford
like
upon the Avon in England when I was 14. It was really cool.
I
Okay.
bet. Yeah, Chicago has a good theater on Navy Pier, of course. Shakespeare Theater, Chicago. Been to, and then they have uh, Steppenwolf Garage. They do like kind of like a off Broadway, I guess, off Steppenwolf Theater that has Shakespeare. And did I go to any in California? I can't remember, but something I
All right.
like to be involved in. Just even behind the scenes of not necessarily Shakespeare, but any kind of community theater. I was involved after I graduated from Kent State because I was a theater major, and I've always liked theater and stage management or painting the scenery, whatever. It's exciting, you know. Do a
Mhm.
lot of partying though. Theater people,
I'm sure.
yeah,
So Constance asked, is Rainier active recently? I don't know.
yeah. They've been getting tremors. It's been on the news. Yeah, that's true. I think Constance is in California. I should remember.
I
I should.
think he's in California, yeah.
Yeah,
Angelia is here. Hello, Angelia. Yes, better late than never.
yeah, glad you're here, Angelia. Maybe she'll want to pop on.
Maybe, Angelia,
We were talking about the '80s.
I'm
We'll
still
go
doing
back
this.
to
I'm still
like
giving the link to anyone who wants to join.
the
I think we're
differences.
going to, Alan, I think we're going to be shut out tonight.
You think?
I think we're going to be shut out.
Yeah, I didn't really promote it. I should have promoted it more and asked some people to show up, like Randy or Randy's been he's been having like a stomach thing, so it's not real bad like before. But that's why you haven't been seeing Randy Ray on lately. I talked to him. Yeah, I talked to a lot of booktubers, but I should have promoted it more.
So Constance's question about Rainier reminds me that Mountain St. Helens erupted in the 80s. Yes, it did.
Yeah, yeah, they just had it every year. You know, they showed on TV and that from Portland. But Portland, yeah, got dusted when that
Mm.
got a dusting even. And some people, the guy who, the old codger had a lodge there for like 50, 70 years. And he's got a real famous name like Harry Truman or something like that, but he refused to go. A lot of people, like some journalists, died there. I can't understand that shit either. People like, you know, die with their cameras and
Yeah.
crazy people.
So Constance says, I wish. West Tennessee for Constance. Okay. I think it's Lee Kemper that lives in California.
West Tennessee, yeah. I sent Constance a book one time, but I forgot. You seem like you're from Cali though. You have like the temperament of, I don't know why I said that because you like Tom Robbins. I don't know.
So Angela says, I don't have video face right now.
Uh
Okay.
huh. Ha
That's all right. I don't mind being shut out. We can live with the indignity.
ha.
Chris says, Luminal Space says, hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
He's late, but he's here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Marcia, my granddaughter was laughing at Midsummer Night's Dream during her class in high school. Her
Oh,
classmates asked what was so funny. She responded, this shit is funny.
yeah,
It
Ariel
was really funny sometimes.
or Puck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a production of that, and person playing Puck was really good.
So, well, speaking of Shakespeare, we haven't discussed any books that we've been reading or have read. So, I'm going to start off just because Marsha mentioned Shakespeare. My in-person book group is reading the book By Any Other Name by Jodi Picoult. And
Oh,
and the premise is there's a young playwright and she discovers that she's related to this woman named Amelia Bassani, who was in Shakespeare's London. And she turns out to be the playwright that fed Shakespeare his plays, the real author of the plays. Now, this is a work of fiction. It's not necessarily real,
hmm
but it does bring up that old story. Was Shakespeare the
the
actual
author.
author of Shakespeare's plays, or was he just a theater owner that bought the plays from other people?
They say there's manuscripts behind his grave.
Yeah, that people don't know that for sure, but at least in this
I think
story,
we should check it out. We should dig
at
it
least
up.
in this story is like because the author's a woman, and in that time, a woman could not publicly write plays. It was just not
Ah,
allowed.
ah,
So
there's
Shakespeare
a
tried
rub.
to write plays, and in his story, he was really bad. And she
Mhm,
said, "I'm going to give you my plays that you put your name on." And he said, "Sure, let's do it."
mhm.
And it just brings up that old story. Like there's many people who could have been the author of Shakespeare plays.
And Johnson,
I think Ben Jonson was not the right time. Um, Marlowe,
Marlowe, Christopher
Marlowe
Marlowe.
died too young though. Marlowe died at 29. He could not have written all of them.
Hmm,
But there were other nobles that could have done it that would not
uh,
want their name put on, a play. I'm not a playwright. I'm a nobleman. But it's an interesting story. I don't know if it's going to be a good book, but it's an interesting premise. What about you, Alan? Any books that you've been reading?
well, nothing to hold up, but I've been talking about Framed, Framed. It's a new book from last year, nonfiction, John Grisham and Jim O'Connelly, I think, but about true stories about um, wrongly imprisoned people, and excuse me, and it really gets your blood boiling. I'm buddy reading it with Renee at I always forget her channel name. I'll think of it in a second. Oh, so many channel names. Beyond Books, and
do
I'm
we have
glad she.
Renee scheduled as a guest, or is she not going to be
Not
a guest?
yet, not
Not
yet,
yet.
but yeah, she's a really great booktube channel, and I've been emailing her back and forth. We've been enjoying the book. It really gets your blood boiling. The corruption in America still going on. I won't get into it here, but because I'm reviewing it Thursday, but it really eye opening. And yeah, I was saying that Greg, like I think it'd be impossible for us to be wrongly convicted for a murder, and you know, even if we
No,
did.
I mean, if the circumstances are right, either one of us could be wrongly convicted.
But if I didn't do it, I'd be going like, no,
That's
get out of my face.
Alan. You can give your finger all you want, but
But the law's the law.
if
Yeah.
I mean,
But if I had an alibi and didn't do it, and these are hardcore Southern
no, no.
Peckerwood
The thing is,
cops.
Alan,
But
we're not the prime candidates for.
yeah,
I mean, I
right,
hate to say it, a lot of it is racial.
right.
If you're not the right race,
And
the
it's
someone will say,
also
"Well, you fit the bill. We'll just convict you."
yeah, there's a lot of examples of that, and then like poverty and
Hmm.
but some of these police, they'll get like on a an idea of who did it
Who did it?
and
Yeah.
won't let go, and they spend all this time and energy. Then there's just plain old corrupt cops, and but there's like false confessions really hold a lot of sway.
They do.
And, but if my DNA isn't there, even if I confess to it,
Well, you have to think about if you had an enemy. Just say we know about an enemy that used to have. We won't mention
yeah,
that person. All right. Well, just let's say that person decides I want to frame Alan. So that person says, let's say you're art director, and comes in and takes a knife out of your apartment, stabs the art director, and of course your fingerprints will be on the knife. Oh, we got a guest.
oh, Greg's excited.
Hey, Chris, liminal spaces.
What's
Hi,
going on,
Chris.
everybody?
Hey,
Hey,
we didn't get
Chris.
shut out. Yay.
I'm sitting in a weird place because I wasn't planning on going live, but I saw this was an
Oh,
open
that's all
mic.
right.
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't.
What do you have in that bookcase behind you?
That's my antiquarian books.
Yeah, they look old.
Yeah, that's where all the oldest books are. They're all folk and fairy tales.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, that's the real shelf right there.
Well, welcome, Chris.
Yeah, welcome.
Now
Yeah,
you're too young to be have been around in the 80s.
yeah. Well, I was listening to Prince and yeah, probably. I think I was 9 when the '80s ended.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
no, I was
that
12
counts.
when the '80s ended.
That
So
counts.
I
I'm
had
sure you
more
were a
than-
very precocious and smart 12-year-old.
Yeah, but I was terrible in school.
Were- I was
only
good
like
in like junior high and high school, and then college happened, and I didn't let college interfere with my education.
yeah. Yeah, I liked college. I did not really attend much high school. I didn't like high school.
But you managed
Yeah.
to get to college anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, '80s for me is all He-Mans and Transformers.
Ah,
If I think about the '80s, those were what were big when I was young.
Yeah, I think they came after. I mean, I graduated high school in what, 83.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think they're a little bit after my time.
Yeah, I graduated in or would have graduated in '95. So yeah, about a generation off, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the theme. Just remember in the '80s.
I think we can go at this point anywhere we want to.
yeah, we kind of exhausted that, but just it was so different than just cell phones that weren't around, and like grocery stores were different. And it's just like I think if my grandmother could be alive, she'd just be, oh my god, mind blown.
Constance says we're all so young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to ask you on Constance how old you are if you're calling us young, but you're young in spirit and you're with
Yeah.
us.
I don't know if
Stay
it.
with it.
Yeah, I was a free range kid.
Yeah.
I'd get up and go outside, and there was a lot of desert around my house that was just. Now it's all filled with houses, but yeah, when I was a kid, I'd run out there and play army guy in the desert until I
Where'd you
was
grow up?
hungry.
Where'd you grow
Boomers
up?
unite! I think I'm Gen X. I don't think I'm Boomer.
I'm Boomer. I'm
Yeah,
64, so I'm the last year, and it causes. She just confessed she's 59. You're not that much older than I am. You're 5 years older. That's nothing.
yeah. I'm 47.
61 going on 16.
Nice.
But that Chris, that reminded me when you said you were free range.
Mhm.
I remember when I was a kid. This had been late 70s, early 80s. I could just leave the house,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going. Okay, I'm going somewhere. I'll be back, in a few hours. And the parents said, okay,
Up on
Yeah.
your bike?
on a bike. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday I'd wake up before my parents got up, and I had a 22, and I could walk to the junkyard and shoot cans, and,
Uh-huh.
and come home whenever I was hungry. And yeah, now no way. if I walked out with a 22 slung over my shoulder.
He'd be gunned down.
Yow, yeah. I had some nice bikes. I had a Schwinn Stingray with the five,
Oh, nice.
the gear shift and the sissy bar in that big chopper. And then I had an MX, like MX bike,
BMX?
BMX, yeah, with
Yeah, I had
number
a
eight.
BMX.
Number eight was mine, and like the cushion thing on the fork of the, so you wouldn't wrap your nuts around it. Little seat. Yeah, it was fun.
Funny.
I was one of those kids.
I was just
I'm looking at the comments. If you have any comments to highlight.
people are talking about Beatles records.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was telling somebody, this is Marcia. I was just telling someone how my grandmother broke my Beatles album in half during a visit.
How'd she do that?
I don't
Accidentally?
know.
Oh, favorite 80s bands. I'm a 70s kid for music. If Jason, my brother, was here, he loved the 80s music.
Hmm.
80s. I liked the Pixies. That's a little bit, that was my first favorite band and my first concert was the Pixies. And they're kind of an 80s band. I liked Metallica. That was a
Yeah.
big 80s band. I like that early stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Alan, you like records, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I just did a thing on my Beatles records a week ago or so.
Yeah, I've got about 4 feet of records.
Yeah? Wow, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, half my dad's collection and then just half stuff from yard sales.
Killer. Yeah, I've lost a lot, but I
Yeah.
still have some that I've had since, like, I have a Beatles albums my grandmother bought me when they came out. Still, a lot of Hendrix, a
Nice.
lot of James Taylor, a lot of old James Taylor.
Was it James Taylor that does Doctor My Eyes? Is that James Taylor?
No, that's Jackson Brown.
Jackson Brown. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm confused.
They went on tour together, and I saw them in Portland. And I even did a video on it because I moved around, and I got them. They closed the show together. I forget what song, but I got them walking off and taking their guitars off and walking down, and they like walked out like arm in arm. It was cool. They had a
Wow.
good show.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, so Constance says, "Yeah, Alan, I'm out of place. Lived in Austin for decades. Austin is a place that they say is keep Austin weird."
Yeah.
That's where it started. Yep.
Yeah, what's
The-
that music
Portland
show they
stole it.
do?
What?
There's a TV show I used to watch that was a live music show from Austin City Limits.
I still watch it. Yeah, it comes on midnight Saturday night.
Yeah, that's an
Sure.
awesome show.
Yeah, I watch it.
Ooh. Now, Bad is Rad. She was on early. Lives in Austin, and I get
Uh-huh.
so jealous. Sometimes I hear about the great stuff that she has in Austin.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like, damn,
that'd be a cool town.
it'd be a cool town to live in.
I
Yeah.
would love to live there.
So I should make
But I
a
like
playlist
Portland
too.
too.
I've been to Portland once when I
Oh,
was
yeah?
10, and all I remember is it was very hilly.
Yeah, it's pretty hilly. Not as hilly as San Francisco, but
Yeah, I lived in Stockton for a year when I was like 12.
now,
And
where did you grow up? Where you said the desert and that?
so I grew up in kind of right in the middle of Utah. So
Oh, all right.
right
like
on the border of the San Rafael Swell, which is where it drops down and becomes southern Utah with like Zion and all that.
In
But
Bryce Canyon. I've been
yeah,
there.
so I'm north of that. I was north of that,
All right.
where it got kind of foresty and started being more kind of as it would be up towards Salt Lake City. So I was right on that area. And then when I was 10, we moved here to New Mexico.
Right. Yeah. Because I know a lot about Arizona and Grand Canyon, but I love Taos and
Yeah,
Roswell and Santa Fe. I love the art.
lots of
the
fun towns. Roswell, of course, if you like aliens, is always a
Right.
fun town.
House has the hum.
Yeah, Taos, the Taos Hum, which I've never heard.
I mean,
But there's a gorge out there that is, I think, like the deepest gorge with a bridge over it or something. The Taos Gorge.
I
It's
wouldn't like it.
you can go over this bridge and look down. It's incredible.
I wouldn't do it, but he would probably.
I would.
Yeah.
I remember it was in Oregon. There's a rope bridge over a gorge.
Yeah, that I've been over that now.
And I remember my
don't
wife
like
and I visited the rope bridge, and my wife started crossing the bridge, and she got like 3 to 5 feet over the bridge and says, "Nope, I'm not doing this." And I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "So I went across the bridge by myself, explored. There's really not a whole lot to see. They
Right.
tried to make it interesting, but it's really the rope bridge is the deal."
Right.
Yeah, I
And
could
then
never do
when I went back, I did not use the handholds on the rope bridge.
Oh, nice.
I mean, honestly, if I slipped, you can easily grab it because the hands are out. But
Yeah.
and the thing
I
is,
don't mind heights. Heights never really
heights
bother
don't
me.
really know. The thing is, my wife is scared of heights, and if you're scared of heights, you're scared of heights. There's nothing you can do to convince people that no one has fallen off this rope bridge.
Yeah.
But you could take it like 100 milligram gummy.
Sure.
Yeah, 100 milligrams out of my range. I stick around. I think I like the little 2.5 gummies.
But no,
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun on that rope bridge.
I'm sure.
Wow, cool, Greg. Yeah,
And
I
like
would
I said, if I ever went to the balloon festival in New Mexico, I'd definitely take a balloon up.
Oh, it's wonderful. I've ridden balloons quite a few times, and it is a good time.
And honestly, my wife would just stay behind.
uh-huh.
Yeah, watching all those balloons take off, like it's
Mhm.
incredible. That's where most tourism in New Mexico is for that balloon festival.
Cool.
I haven't seen it in Mexico, but I've seen them in Arizona.
Mhm.
I've never been up in one. My father has. He loved it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's wild.
Yeah, I'd be scared. I wouldn't do it.
So what's this T.S. Eliot thing that's going on right now?
Oh, yeah.
We're just
love-
reading it. It's just we're reading Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Still one of my favorite poems of all time.
I've taught it quite a few times, and I love it. It's one of my favorites, and my students always love it when I teach it.
I think the problem is it's just so related, at least from the male perspective.
Yeah.
When I first read this story, it's like I was in my early 20s, and walk into a room with girls, and the girls would just walk away.
Right. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo.
Yeah, so I totally related to him.
Yeah. I think I have a weird theory, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I think Roger Waters from Pink Floyd was a fan of the Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, because there's a line in that. Let's see if I can remember this line from the top of my head. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet, is the line from J. Alfred Prufrock that I love. I go a lot in depth into that specific line, but there's a line in the song Echoes, two strangers passing in the street. By chance, two separate glances meet, and I am you, and what I see is me. I think is a continuation of that concept that I feel like Roger Waters.
I would bet that Roger Waters had read T.S. Eliot. I'd be surprised if he hadn't.
Yeah, seriously. I'm going to mute really quick just for a second.
Yeah. All right. Belinda's in Austin too.
Oh.
Looking for Shakespeare. Currently reading Middle C by William S. Gass. Blacktop. I've always wanted to read S.A. Crosby. That's one book I want to read, or one author I want to read.
Sorry. Nobody was expecting me to go live. My daughter came in.
No worries.
I have some Pink Floyd. I have The Wall, and I have Animals, and I think I have Echoes, because I have, if it comes in a nice
That's on metal.
Metal. Yeah. Go ahead with the comments, Greg.
Yes, Libro, the 2000 band. He talked about 2000 bands. Yeah, Austin had a Shakespeare theater in the park every summer. Don't know if they still happens. It was in Zelker Park.
Oh, I might have to.
Yeah, it's one.
I'll have to cover. So yeah, you got
Oh,
it. That's an awesome record, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first two Floyd that with the Sid, and yeah,
I have the one early Ungamunga or
Umagama.
Umagama.
And the best part of Umagama, of course, is on the back. You can see their equipment set up, which was intense back in the day. I didn't expect this to be a music
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, when you come on the show in a few months, we'll go more in depth. But because I've got stories about this album, man, animals.
Oh yeah, animals.
Animals is my favorite Pink Floyd animal, even though it's said that it's more of a Roger Waters album than a Pink
I
Floyd
I
album.
feel like that's probably true of the final cut. I think animals. I mean, you can hear Rick and David doing their own thing in there, man. It's very
Yeah.
cool. And the funny
And
thing
they
is,
say
speaking
that
of
word too. They,
80s memories, the way these lyrics are written on the thing, I used to stare at this and I loved the handwriting. And
oh yeah,
I eventually started ripping this off. I'd write in my journals and try to rip off this handwriting because I thought it was so cool. Yeah, I love this band.
I know my favorite line by heart.
Which one?
Yeah, you fucked up old hag, old
Yeah.
charade you are.
Yeah, who's he talking about? White House? What's her name? I can't remember her name.
I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
That's in Pigs.
Yeah, I think my favorite song on that album is Dogs. Still,
Dogs is incredible, incredible.
It's just it's a musical. You just get into the music and the lyrics are there, telling a story. Oh, we got another person on coming in.
Oh, really?
Okay.
All right.
Somebody wants to talk
I'm
about.
trying to find that lyric.
Right from Ghost Readers in the Sky. Hello.
Really?
All right.
Somebody wants to talk
I'm
about.
trying to find that lyric.
Right from Ghost Readers in the Sky. Hello.
All right.
No.
Somebody wants to talk
I'm
about.
trying to find
I
that
think,
lyric.
Greg, you gotta mute your
Yeah.
video.
Somebody wants to talk
I'm
about.
trying to find that lyric.
Greg, you gotta mute your
Yay!
Yay.
That's better.
Ghost Readers in the Sky.
Right.
I've seen you around, but I don't think I've met you.
All right. I think I got the echo. You were talking about Pink Floyd echoes, and so I just yeah. I don't think we've met. We've just seen each other in comment sections.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just showing off Pink Floyd records now.
I found that lyric. I don't know who she's talking about, Chris, or who he's talking about, Chris. But yeah, hey, you White House.
Yeah, it was it was some kind of politician in the UK at the time. Mary Whitehouse, I believe, was her name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Piper at the Gates of
When I
Dawn.
hear that song, "Hey You White House," I think of the White House in the United States,
Right.
the plays. But you're saying it's not that; it's something
No.
else.
No, and it's funny because I do that with a lot of Floyd. I really, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I really like the final cut. I think this is a great record. Mine's real beat up. But I really enjoy this record, and it is basically a Roger solo album, and it's as kind of far as I can go into his discography. But this is so quintessentially UK. This is all about like the Falkland Islands and Margaret Thatcher. And when I was a kid, I didn't have any idea what it was about, so I just kind of made it up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Animals after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to stick
Oh,
around.
wish you were here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is my daughter's favorite. She started with Dark Side of the Moon, and then she went to Animals, and now she's obsessed with Wish You Were Here.
Well, that's one of the most incredible songs ever.
Well, and the whole album
Sid
is like
Barrett.
Rick Wright's symphony. It's amazing. Rick just really on that album is incredible. The keyboardist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This song's about Sid Barrett, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Roger wrote all the lyrics for Sid Barrett. Ta-da! There. Now you have seen all of my Pink Floyd records.
All right. Well, let's get Ghost Readers from the Sky to talk a little bit.
Absolutely.
Since you popped in, what's going on? What have you been reading?
I've been doing all Private Eye July. That's what I've been focused on, and a lot of the classics. So I've Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler and Ross MacDonald. But also, I had never read a Philip Kerr novel.
Oh, okay.
About Bernie Gunther as a private eye in Germany in the 1930s. I read the first one, March Violets, and that's a fantastic book. He wrote it in the 80s, but it's a historical novel about Berlin in the 30s after Hitler and the Nazis had taken power, and as everyone's trying to navigate either to survive or to grab as much cash and loot as possible, as much power as possible. So you've got all of that background against, murders and robberies and all kinds of other stuff. Mostly missing persons is what Bernie does, and mostly Jews.
Is it Kerr?
Yeah, Philip Kerr. Yep.
Yeah, I've never read any of his stuff, but I've seen him on shelves. Dashiell Hammett I'm familiar with because I read The Maltese Falcon.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I went into that. Great book, and I know that Haruki Murakami loves Raymond Chandler.
Yeah.
And based a lot of his style on his.
Yeah, I know Private Eye July dropped in out of nowhere at the end of June. And I'm going like, I've already got my Rocket Summer books
right
up. I can't squeeze any Private Eyes in.
Yeah, we were on. Mark was doing a live book time with Elvis, and I was on, and Alan's reads, and Jim from Mystery and Mayhem, and it was Steve Donahue in the comments who was saying, "Hey Jim, when are you going to do that Private Eye? You know a lot about Private Eye fiction. When are you going to do something?" And we cobbled that together in about 10 minutes on that live, we had like a week till July, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Rich Matthew Scudder, Lawrence Block.
Yeah.
See, I wanted to do a noir in November.
Ah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have time to squeeze stuff in. I got to check what I'm reading in November. It's so much.
I'm always down for crime fiction of any.
I read The Dying Earth.
Yeah.
Jack Vance. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my first time reading it, and people have been telling me to read it for a long time, and it was incredible. I really enjoyed this. I just recorded a video this afternoon all about this one.
Cool. Let's see. I'm buddy reading with Mick. I forget what books you guys would know this guy. I'm on my wrong phone. Go ahead, I'll find it. He's
I'm going. Oh, we had Sarah, who's 26 years old, watching at least one time. Hello, Sarah. I think that was some time ago. Yeah, just 22 minutes ago. Sorry, Sarah. I'm a bit behind on comments. I was telling how my brother broke my Beatles. People mentioned that. You can just call me Mother Marcia like they did before I retired. My friend's dad remarried someone who was in the Satanic Panic, and she burned the kid's record.
Wow. Oh, I remember.
Oh, in the Satanic Panic, she burned all the kids' records because they believed.
I,
That
I
old
was
Judas Priest, and yeah.
I was up at the dump in the small town where I lived, and it was like Mormonville. And I found this box on the side of the road, and I opened it up, and it was all '70s horror comics.
Oh, you kept
Oh,
that, I presume.
Oh, I did, and I love them. I grew up looking at those pictures and reading those scary stories. I absolutely loved them, but I know some kid was really sad because his Mormon parents were like, "Nope," and threw him on the side of the road in the dump.
Uh,
Yeah, I've got a stack of them in my room.
Yeah.
oh, Angela snuck into R-rated movie.
Nice.
You know something?
okay.
This is my memory of the '80s when I was growing up in Bethesda, Maryland, next to Washington D.C., and I was underage. I wanted to go see an R-rated movie. All I had to do was go up to the movie theater ticket and say, "One ticket, please," and they just gave me the ticket. They never asked for ID.
I
They
was once asked, and it was really confusing to me because I grew up going to whatever movies I wanted to. So yeah, it was
Right.
strange.
and nowadays, I guess theaters really do card people
Yeah.
going into the. And I'm going like, okay, so I remember when I was 15 or 16, I went to the movie The Howling.
Yes. Nice.
And there's that famous scene with the female werewolf and
Mhm.
takes off all her clothes. And I'm going like, okay, no teenage boy is going to be traumatized for life
No.
watching that scene.
No. Yeah. We have a tendency to be a little bit of a prude culture.
But I
Yeah.
remember sneaking into theaters for R-rated movies. There was a two-screen theater by my house, by the disco I used to walk by too. But uh, it was a great theater to grow up by. It showed like foreign films, like oh god, now I forget, but it showed a lot of like Harold and Maude type movies, and
I love Harold and Maude. That's a great
yeah.
movie.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, no one cared back when I was growing up what rating the movie was. As long as you had your money, they sold you a ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad took me to Willy Wonka there, but he also took me and my brother to Dog Day Afternoon when we were like 10 years old. Dog Day Afternoon with all the F word bombs.
I don't know that.
I'm sorry, I don't consider that harmful to children.
No.
No, yeah.
No.
The writer I was trying to think of is Billingham. He's got like a bunch of crime books out. Rabbit Hole. We're gonna buddy read. What's his first name? Mark Billingham. Guys, you never hear of him?
Mm-mm.
No,
No, he's from England, like a crime fiction writer. So I'll get a little flavor of that. That will be
Nice.
my. I set a goal to read a new release novel every month this year to buddy read it and have like other people pick it, and that's my August one.
Oh,
So
that's
far,
fun.
month here, and I've read some really good books.
Yeah. Yeah. The
But
the most modern one I've read recently is this one,
uh, the
the whole
whole
by
Hiroko Oyamada. Yeah, this was incredible. I'll be putting up a video of this a little later. It's short. It's on Audible too, and it's like under 4 hours. But
all right.
it was
Yeah,
like
we're big fans of Audible.
I love Audible.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I do too.
yeah. I'm either reading or listening to books in the car.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
I've
reading.
been doing a lot of that double reading of listening on Audible and reading the text.
There you
Oh,
go.
interesting.
And I
Yeah,
and
that's
I
how I
find
read
that,
like pension. Go ahead,
yeah,
Craig.
I don't do it all the time, but I find that it's interesting to hear, to both see the words and hear the
It is.
words,
I
and I like it a lot.
I'm doing that with East of Eden right now,
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and I've listened to the audiobook of East of Eden before, And now that I'm reading it, like I said, it focuses your attention
Huh.
really well, because if you're just listening, your mind can drift.
Right.
If you're just reading, I'm sorry, my mind can drift when I'm reading, and I got to
Yeah.
go, oh, wait, I got to go back a page and reread. But when
Well,
you're listening and reading,
that's how I'll be reading Shadow Ticket.
okay.
Yeah, new
Constance is
picture.
throwing out T.S. Eliot
Yeah, she's
quotes.
quoting T.S. Eliot, The Mermaids.
The mermaids singing each to each. I do not think they'll sing for me. Yeah.
I mean, that's such a sad
Oh, it
line.
is. It really is. Yeah, that whole poem, I break it down line by line. It's so much. It's there's so much in there,
Hmm.
and a lot of biblical references. The head on the platter, and
Oh,
all that.
Pontius. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. I thought that was the Wasteland, though.
No, that's the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock.
Okay.
Because then they're looking at they're inspecting his head on the platter, and it's got a bald spot and all that.
And Proof Rock has the bald spot.
Right. Yeah.
I remember the professor sort of drawing a little picture of Proof Rock of this fat bald man, and I think his comment was like, "If you were a mermaid, would you sing to him?"
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Yeah. Good stuff. Are you guys gonna do a video about it, or
I'm sure we will eventually. I know I did a reading of J. Alfred Proof Rock, and my channel was really new.
Mhm.
And I read it. It's not a great reading, but it's not a bad reading.
Mhm.
And I really want to try to do a very deliberate reading of Proof Rock.
Yeah. So who,
Randy Ray just did one in the last week or so. Of course,
Who?
he read it in the original Texan.
Randy Ray. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he just read Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock just in the last week or so, or a very recent video.
oh, that's a good question, Constance. Lonely men in shirt sleeves. Why are shirt sleeves so poignant? Yeah, it's weird. He also talks about one point about wearing his trousers rolled up.
Rolled.
Yeah, which I think when he was writing it were signs of getting
Style.
older.
I remember a modern commenter, and this is back in like the 80s. He said, if Eliot had been writing modern, he goes, I am old, I am old, I will wear all black. Yeah, just to say that was the style, that you're a fashionable young man if
Right.
you're wearing your trousers rolled.
Yeah. 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 What? So who started this thing? I'm seeing it suddenly all over
Thomas
my.
at Books and Art Matter,
Oh,
or
okay.
Lit and Art Matter. I can't remember the exact title name.
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing it on Discord, Chris.
Yeah.
If you want to join his Discord and that, but or
Yeah. Read and reread. I don't know who that is, but
Angelia.
that
Angelia.
that's a really interesting point. Old lonely man with no one to hem his pants. I'd never thought of that. That's a really cool take on that.
Can you guys hear that?
Mm-mm.
Oh no, okay. We have a hoop dancer. I live in a Native American community, and they have a hoop dancer down there, and they're singing songs and that. You can hear them.
Oh, cool.
And hear,
Yeah, those hoop dances are really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to keep on the T.S. Eliot, after Proof Rock, we're doing 2 weeks for the Wasteland.
Okay.
Now I've read the Wasteland a number of times, and honestly, I cannot get my head around the way. I mean, it's just like,
It's rough. Yeah. I've never taught that one. I've read it a couple of times, but the allusions that he makes to other literature in that,
it's so deep. It's just like,
I mean, you could do a whole semester of just trying to read these allusions he's making. It's wild. It's wild.
I still remember the title April is the cruelest month.
Yep. Oh, I wanted to say really quick, just connecting to science fiction, which is kind of my crowd. So the first line of Proof Rock, or one of the early ones, is where the sky is laid like a patient etherized on a table.
Yep.
I feel like William Gibson in Neuromancer totally took that idea and did the sky is static thing, which is considered one of the
Like a
most,
dead television.
yeah, which is considered one of the most amazing science fiction opening lines ever. And I feel like that is a nod to Proof Rock.
It could be.
Ah,
Hmm.
Except the I mean, the problem is the younger generation is
Right.
not going to get a dead television.
Static. Yeah, back in my more experimental days, I remember once I ingested some illegal stuff and watched Static for 8 hours, and it was one of the most incredible journeys I've ever gone
uh-huh.
on. Not anymore.
Yep.
Neuromancer was what, 84 or so, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
That is one I'll have to read.
it's okay.
Constance,
It's okay.
Constance and I are going to buddy read sometime this year some science fiction. As a matter of fact, we're talking about it now. Like I haven't even read this book.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
nice.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a good one. That
Now, I prefer Childhood's End still,
yes, yeah, which we can't talk about.
Rendezvous with Rama is still an excellent book.
Yeah, yeah. Childhood's End is that has that double whammy. It's got two turnarounds that are both really incredible that I can't give away.
No, you remember the first time you got introduced to the overlords,
Right,
and you learn. I mean, it's not a secret that they're keeping a secret,
right. Yeah,
and you learn what their secret is, and you just go, "Wow!"
yeah, yeah. No, it's incredible. It's incredible. I that one really blew. Of course, 2001. My dad was obsessed with 2001, and that's was kind of my introduction into science fiction was through him showing me 2001, reading 2001 with him, and then he was a big fan of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Mhm.
So all that was kind of what started me on the science fiction path.
I know. Now, speaking of science fiction, I'm thinking of a science fiction project for 2026. Reading a series of books, and I know we're doing Mishima early in the year, and then afterwards, I'm thinking of a science fiction, and I haven't decided what project I want to do yet.
So do you want to read a bunch of different
No,
books?
I want to read a series like the one that's coming up in my mind is the Chinese three body problem
Oh
series.
my God, the phone books. Those things are huge.
They are. I
Yeah,
read the first one, and I haven't decided that may just be too much because like each one is like 800 pages or something like that.
right. Yeah, there's also Dune. There's 2001 series. And what's his name? Tchaikovsky. I haven't read a lot of his.
I'm doing the Children of Time this year. I'm about ready to start the second book, The Children of Ruin,
Oh,
probably
nice.
in a week or two. So,
I've heard Children of Time is incredible.
that is it really is amazing because I think it was Gareth mentioned that Tchaikovsky in real life studied biology.
Ah,
So when he writes his alien spiders, he can really sort of understand what it's like to be a spider.
yeah,
And what's really good about this, he sets up two opposing forces. You have the human colonists who want to colonize the planet the spiders are on, and the forces of the spiders and this AI that don't want the humans on there. And you sympathize with both sides. You want both sides to succeed, but you know they're going to have a conflict
didn't
in
the
the
humans
end.
seed the planet with the spiders?
Yeah, well, this is a first chapter thing, so it's not a spoiler.
Oh, okay. Oh, did I just spoil it?
No, you didn't.
Oh, good, because I've never read it.
This is first chapter stuff, so it's not
Okay.
considered spoiler. The idea that there was a galactic civilization of humans, and they wanted to evolve new species of humans, sort of, and they were going to put monkeys and apes on this planet
Okay.
with this virus that would speed up the evolutionary process. Right? You follow me so far?
Yep.
So what happened is there was a group of human people who said, you don't mess with evolution and monkeys, and they're revolutionary, and they sort of sabotage this mission. And the shuttle that was carrying the monkeys got blown up, and all the monkeys died.
Oh.
But the device that carried the virus that would help speed up evolution survived and reached the planet. And this was a terraformed planet, and they terraformed it with certain life forms. And spiders are one of the life forms that they put on the terraform. And this virus jumped to the spiders.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
now you have intelligent spiders evolving very, very fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody that's read it that I know just raves about it.
It is one of the best science fiction novels of the 21st century.
Hi, Nicole.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. I have a science fiction Discord project now.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
I don't know what that is. Constance warning me to be careful with children of the childhood. And I think I did not spoil it.
No, and that's such an easy book to spoil.
It is. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Welcome. Kind of late in the night, but actually, it's getting very late in my might not be the same stuff you have in mind. Okay, I read a lot of science fiction. I read the classics and the modern stuff.
Oh, now we're into Solaris.
Tarkovsky's no, that's a different.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky versus Tarkovsky.
Tarkovsky adaptation of Lem's Solaris.
I love that movie. I do. I love that movie. But I will say there was one point where they're in the space station, and it is. I mean, they have stuff like I have in here, like this shelf behind me. On this space station, they have all this old, huge wood furniture and books all around, and I was like, how the hell did they get all that stuff into space?
Well, that's a curious part because it was written in the late 50s, I think.
Uh-huh.
Written in Polish. They had like a library of books. I'm like, you don't take a library of books but that's what you had in the 50s, and I guess Lem never conceived of having
Well, and I don't know
one of these.
I don't know if in the book there's a library of books. I haven't read the book.
There is a library of books.
Oh, in the book as well. Okay.
Yes, and one of the criticisms of people who don't like the book is that the main character, to learn information, reads a book.
Ah.
And he's like, well, that's not how you tell a story. And we're like, you're reading a book to learn information, and you're complaining about the character reading the book.
Right.
But I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, I understand it's not very cinematic to have someone sit and learn information from a book. And I guess they think you should do it through dialogue or something, but
The problem I have, so I love Lem. I've read other stuff. The reason I'm holding off on Solaris is because the Lem apparently didn't care for the English translation.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's translated. It was translated into French, and then the English translation is translated from French.
Oh.
Sort of true, sort of not true.
Oh, really?
That's true for the print version of Solaris.
Right. The Audible.
What happened is that they looked through the copyrights, and the owner of the copyright only owned the print rights to English. So Audible hired a direct Polish translation.
Right. Which Lem's estate has said is the better translation. The estate.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and I want to hear that, but is it so have you listened to it?
I have listened to it,
Oh,
I've also read the ebook version. Now, you can get an ebook version of the modern translation.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have any ebook stuff.
Yeah,
Huh.
but well, I guess they reviewed the copyright and says, oh, it also applies to ebooks that you can also get release the ebook version. You just can't print a version of the new translation.
Huh. I'm gonna have to try to find an ebook version then, because I want to read that better translation.
Hmm.
And I know the old translation. That's what everybody's read. That's what everybody's talking about.
You're right.
But yeah, I would love to read. Like that's what I had to do with Roadside Picnic. I started with this old copy that I had, and then I did a little research and realized the older translation was censored by the Russian government, or is that where it's from? I can't
The,
remember.
the
Anyway,
Soviet Politburo, whatever it is.
right? Yeah. So I had to go out and buy a 2011 copy so I could get the non-censored version. And there's just little bits taken out, but I want to read the entire thing.
Yeah, I read the original Roadside Picnic and the old. Then I read a newer translation,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've been meaning to reread the newer translation again because
It's great. It's great.
it's
It's funny because I read the first half of it in the old one and then jumped to the new one. So I've never read one translation all the way through.
the thing is it's such a great story.
Oh, and the
Because
end, which is different from the film Stalker, is incredible. The ending is incredible.
yeah,
never, never read it.
It's great. It's great. It's about these aliens that land on Earth. Nobody notices they've landed, and they just leave behind a bunch of crap. But to us humans, all this crap they left behind is like insane alien technology,
yeah,
and it
Huh.
warps the landscape around where they dumped all this stuff. So these people called stalkers go in illegally and steal stuff and sell it on the black market. But you
mhm,
can easily die because you don't understand the
right.
technology laying all around. Wonderful book.
And the whole premise is he describes it as like a bunch of alien teenagers landing on a planet and having a huge party
A
and just
roadside picnic.
throwing all their
Oh,
crap
okay. I
everywhere.
get it.
Yep.
This
Yep.
sounds wow.
It's really worth a read. It
It is.
really
And
is.
it's not too long. It's like 200 pages.
Nah.
Oh,
No.
okay. I'll definitely read it.
Yep. And then
But
watch Stalker if you haven't already.
Courtney, Tangible Reads last week asked me to read or watch Sinners. And it sounded like I can get it for $5 or whatever. I'll watch it
To
next
watch,
weekend.
what is
But
it?
Sinners, it's like a vampire movie and
Oh.
with a black bent to it. But there's some Irish characters in there she wanted me to check out.
Huh.
She said it was really authentic to the like early 19th century Irish immigration and
Oh,
like
cool.
NYC and that. Or that's what I think she said. But anyway,
Yeah.
I can watch it.
All right.
I like to read.
Well, my voice is giving out on me after about an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, you guys had an hour before anybody showed up, right?
Yeah.
To open
Yeah.
mic.
Oh, well, I'm glad Greg at Ghost Readers from the Sky, Chris from Luminal Spaces showed up. So
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a bust, but it wasn't.
I'm sorry I didn't see it earlier. I was out moving a jukebox of all things.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was,
we have
I was watching a documentary on George Harrison's Friar Park mansion, and he has a big like jukebox and all that too. Those are great.
yeah, we got a big one. We were trying to make it work, but it's very complicated machinery.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to. I'd be afraid to electrocute myself.
Yeah, well, yeah, we definitely are being careful, but yeah, it's a project that I'm working on, and
Wow.
but yeah, we had to move it, and that thing is heavy, so that's what I was doing the first hour.
Mm.
Sorry about that.
Wow.
I-
Well,
No problem. It worked out in the end.
Yeah, I used to watch Happy Days, so I know all you got to do with it is just bump it with your
yeah,
fist.
yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Pause again, and it just starts playing.
I'm sure it worked.
I saw it on TV. It must be true.
That's right. Hey,
All
before
right,
we go,
everyone.
Greg, what is that picture behind you? Call of the Wild.
Call of the Wild. Yeah, it's from a calendar, and it says Call of the Wild by Jack London.
Cool.
Although there's one tiny mention of Buck the dog fighting a bear, and it's a couple of sentences as an aside, and it was a black bear, not a grizzly. So I really don't know what this picture has to do with the book, but I like the picture and I love the book, and so there it is.
It's a great picture. It looks cool
It
back
works.
there.
Don't worry about it.
No, I got it's up there, so I obviously like it.
Yeah, you got a lot of cool stuff on your wall back there.
We got the Highland cow up there. Got some,
Cool.
yeah.
Sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not in my usual place either, but this works a lot better than trying to cram into the space that I would normally film in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing some rearranging around here myself. Like next Monday, are we off next
We're
Monday?
off next Monday. Hold on. Let me pull up my calendar and
Mine's
let's
on my
see if I
fridge.
can, Ross, Scally Dallying around the books.
Roz, okay.
Ross.
Great.
Then we had our original '80s show, but we moved it to this week because we had Thomas Nathan cancel on us.
You didn't have to say that.
Well, you can say it. He can't. I mean, he got busy.
It happens.
It does. So we will have to find a guest for October 11th.
Oh, okay. I'll work on that.
Do you know when I'm on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me
September, I think.
I have all this in front of me. Then we have Brian at Bookish on the 17th, Hannah on the 24th, Jenny Jables on the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, not the 31st, the September 1st. Then Chris, you're on September 8th.
September 8th. Okay, good.
And
I do have a WhatsApp. I don't know if you guys use WhatsApp.
I do.
Okay.
I don't use WhatsApp.
That's where I touch my Irish friends on WhatsApp.
Okay. Do you have your email
Instagram?
listed on your channel?
No.
Mine's listed, so just shoot me an email and I'll shoot you my phone number. You can find my WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you have an email, I can send you the link to the show. No problem.
Okay, perfect.
All right, everyone. Well, if you're in the guest room, thank you for showing up. Greg, Ghost Readers in the Sky, Chris,
Thanks,
Faces, and of course, Alan. Thank you all for showing up and making this a great pub night.
Heck yeah.
And I will check you all out later. Have a great night, everyone.
Sláinte. Cheers.